Welcome back, everyone. This is week 15 coming to a close, and we got some waiver pickups to fill in for those injuries. So Max is going to start us off.
Guys, my first waiver pickup is Tony Pollard. Okay, Zeke was declared inactive prior to the game, 30 minutes prior to be precise, and Tony Pollard, who's 56% owned and available in over 50% of leagues, finishes the RB2 this week.
Number 2.
The RB2.
My God.
Behind David Montgomery. The guy had like 33 fantasy points. And he plays the Eagles next week. So I'm thinking he's not done for the rest of the season. And in that scenario, Tony Pollard will win championships. So he's a must-start. He'll be an RB1 in the absence of Zeke. Pick him up and start him with confidence.
For sure. My first one is a tight end in a league where tight ends suck other than the top 5. So his name is Logan Thomas. He had a stud of a week. He had 15 targets, 13 receptions on 101 yards. Okay, he's only 63% owned, and he plays Carolina, a defense that absolutely sucks in general.
I mean,
they're coming up for sure, but not this year. This year's not there yet.
Hey, maybe asking yourself, wait a minute, Dwayne Haskins is throwing him the ball. I don't want that.
15 targets is always juicy.
13 receptions.
He threw the ball 55 times.
Threw the ball 55 times. Logan Thomas caught 13 of those, and eclipsed 100 yards, guys. He's a must-start. Love him, and especially against that Panthers. It's a great matchup.
My next waiver claim is a guy that he was a backup all season after being drafted number 2 overall a couple of years back. Marcus Mariota came in for the injured Derek Carr, and he balled out. He went for over 250 passing yards and a couple touchdowns, and he ran in a touchdown on 88 yards. He can do it with his legs, he can do it with his arm, and I don't see Derek Carr coming back.
Now, are you worried about that Miami
he had a
defense?
high ankle sprain.
He's definitely
worried about the Miami defense. Miami played against
Cam
Newton, and Cam Newton had over 100 yards against them. This is Cam Newton, the guy who does not have an arm. Like, he's armless. And but in all seriousness, he actually had over 200 yards. Wow.
Well, Derek Carr very well might come back.
But
so that's
the best part about Mariota is that he could run also, so he's a safer floor, just like Lamar Jackson last year and recently this year.
If you're desperate, if you're like a 3 QB league,
yeah. If you have if your other quarterbacks are like I don't even
Nick
know.
Mullins,
yeah. If you're like really poor quarterbacks, Mariota is
Andy
really good
Dalton,
start.
He's the way to go.
All right, decent. Le'Veon Bell. Oh man, this guy's a must add if Tony Pollard isn't available or you have second claim. This guy is available in over 45% of leagues. CEH just got injured. It looked bad. I think he'll probably miss the rest of the season. NFL's regular season. And in the absence, Le'Veon has 70 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So he looked great, and now he gets Atlanta, not the best run defense, next week. So he's a must pick up. High-end RB2 next week. He could also be a championship winner.
For sure. My next one is a wide receiver on the best offense in the league. He goes against Arizona, who do not have the greatest secondary.
I'm on it right now. It's Atlanta.
Why are you confirming that?
Okay.
It works. Atlanta works better than what you were going to say. Atlanta's a worse pass defense.
Atlanta does not have the greatest secondary.
Who is he playing against, Zach?
He goes against Atlanta. They don't have the greatest secondary in the world. He's a great start if you have a wide receiver.
Especially with defenses like triple teaming Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins
They're going to be focused on him, and he has the speed as well.
My next pick was a running back, Uncle Jeff Wilson Jr. Mostert played.
What is Jeff?
He didn't do too well.
And he got injured again.
So Jeff Wilson, last time he started, he ended as like the RB1 that week.
He had like 30 fantasy points.
He had like 3 touchdowns on like 120 yards against the Patriots defense, no less, which is a pretty solid defense. And next week they are going against the Cardinals.
An exploitable matchup.
This team's going against
Absolutely, especially if Mostert's out.
Yeah.
And he had a game with Mostert in. He had a touchdown. He had 60 yards.
Jalen Hurts played pretty well. Miles Sanders played okay last week against the Cardinals. And Jeff Wilson just knows how to run when it's all up to him. He is questionable at this point, but who isn't, honestly, on Yahoo Fantasy.
He's a great pickup, and he's available in a lot of leagues. So make sure he's not by the end of the week or by the end of Wednesday.
Go get him.
Waiver next. Okay, Salvon Ahmed.
No, my guy. What a guy.
Yeah, Zach loves this guy. Now I love this guy because in the absence of Gaskin, who we don't know, he was on the COVID list, so he may return, he may not. But if he doesn't, Ahmed is a great option because he just rushed for 122 yards on 23 carries, and he got a touchdown, and he got a touchdown route from him. So incredible numbers, 23 plus fantasy points on that day. He's available in over 60% of leagues.
That's ridiculous.
So pick him up ASAP.
I guess that 60% isn't watching this channel. So
yeah, exactly. So pick him up ASAP.
I thought we have like the entire fantasy football community watching this.
And if Gaskin's out, start him.
My next one is Rashard Higgins. He's not the best wide receiver in the league, but I've continued. This is another time that I'm telling you, and we tell you to pick him up. Because he continues to produce on his targets. He had 4 receptions for 76 yards, and he's only owned in 25% of league. He plays the Jets. It's just a gorgeous matchup. Everyone on that team is gonna do good.
But a better receiving option would be Russel Gage. He's available in over 70% of leagues. Julio's probably gonna get shut down for the rest of the season. And in the absence of Julio, 5 for 68 and a touchdown on 10 targets. He's an absolute stud. He's a wide receiver 2 in that offense behind Calvin Ridley. And with the defense is focused on Calvin Ridley, Russel Gage benefits a ton, and he gets a lot of volume in that offense.
I have Sony Michel next. Assuming Damian Harris is out. Damian Williams, I don't even know. Damian Harris. Michel averaged over 7 yards a carry. He looked pretty good against the Dolphins. Yeah, really good defense all around. So if Michel could run for 74 yards against that defense, then he can run against pretty much anyone. And he plays against Buffalo next week, which I don't know.
Alvin had 2 touchdowns and 70 yards rushing.
He did. Yeah. I don't know how much they're going to use the ground game in that game, but
they're going to need to throw for sure.
If Michel's the only option in that backfield, it's not a bad start.
James White though, so he's more the
pass catching. So
it is a reach if you're desperate.
Yeah. So my last one is Emmanuel Sanders. Continuing on to how Joe talked about him. He's only owned in 56% of leagues. And with Michael Thomas out, he is the clear wide receiver 1 on the team.
I wouldn't say clear.
I mean,
but he's a decent option with Thomas out.
He just isn't because he has the talent.
He's the opaque wide receiver.
Four receptions for 76 yards.
He's
he goes against a good matchup in Minnesota, which I think is going to be quite the shootout, which it always is between these two teams.
Having a nice game.
And he could have a nice game if you're in need of a wide receiver. Go Emmanuel Sanders.
Now you have one more.
Yeah, no.
You do.
I have the newly added receiver on the Buccaneers, Antonio Brown, who everyone was really high on when he was returning because they love the connection between Brady and Brown. He finally got his chance to show up. He had 96 yards or something like that and a touchdown on 7 targets. He looked pretty good. Most of it came on 1 reception, but as long as Brady and Antonio Brown establish that connection, they could be very good next week and a must-win matchup for them because they're hanging on by a thread to that last seed in the NFC. So he could be a good option.
And they play the Lions.
Yeah.
So it's a great matchup for AB for sure. And let's say the best for last, Jalen Hurts. This guy finishes the QB1 on the day. Yes, the QB1. He's a rookie playing the second career start. He's available in over 60% of leagues. And he's an absolute stud. He's a must start next week against Dallas. I have him over guys like Russell Wilson. So look, yeah, you're gonna bench up Russell Wilson for this man. You're gonna pick him up. You're gonna start him. He's gonna win you your matchup because he's an absolute stud with the rushing upside as well.
It's a bold take. It's a hard move to make, but you're in the championship. You gotta know how to make the hard moves.
Yeah, sometimes it's not easy, but that's what we're here for. We're here to tell you what to do, how to win your league. So please like, comment, subscribe, so we can grow and help you win even more. We'll see you next video.